Hello, welcome to our new podcast series on Kingdom Sonship, our daily devotional clinic, the Noah and the Flood series. Here we are going to see the judgment of God, mercy of God, prophecies, redemption, and God's covenant promises, which is even at work in our today's life. In our first episode, we shall be looking at the story of Noah and the ark. In the story, God said to Noah, I intend, or the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is full of violence through men, and behold, I intend to destroy the earth with them. Make for yourself an ark of gopher wood, make rooms in the ark, and cover it inside and outside with pitch. The question is, why did God kill all flesh except the eight in the ark? Because of rampant evil. The scripture quotes, wickedness was rampant, and that the thoughts and the intents of the hearts of men were only evil continually. Why was there rampant evil? In Genesis chapter 6, verse 1 to 2, scripture says that the sons of God saw the daughters of men and that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. They took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. So whether willingly or unwillingly, if they choose you, they will take you as a wife. See, any being created by God is refers to as sons of God. In that case, Adam and all the angels, devil and his demons all fall in the class of sons of God in the Old Testament. The one third of the angels who followed Lucifer to disobey God were those who took wives of the daughters of men. And why did the devil have to do this horrific evil? To get a big picture, we need to get back to the Garden of Eden. In the garden, Adam and Eve disobeyed God, and they were told the consequences of their sins and all the curses that are their lot and ours as well. Sin and death was passed on to all mankind. And in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, God spoke these few words to the serpent, that I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. I see here, he will crush, not she. So that seed will be a male from the scripture. The seed of the woman. The devil knew that someone was coming who will crush his head. He did not know who, he did not know when, he did not know how. All he knew was that there was someone coming by prophecy that will crush his head. So his first mission was to stop the seed of the woman. The devil's tactics to stop the coming of the seed of prophecy, but he failed. The devil's strategy at Babel in Genesis chapter 11, verse 1 to 4, scripture talks about, come, let us build for ourselves a city, a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered over the face of the earth. So the devil was scheming against the word of the Lord in Genesis chapter 9, verse 1. Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The purpose of the Lord is that humanity will multiply and fill the entire earth. But the devil's scheme was that let's be at one place, let's build a tower, that its top will reach to the Lord and build for ourselves a name, self worship. So here, Satan knew that a deliverer will eventually be born through the lineage of humanity, the seed of the woman, to crush his kingdom. So he was amassing schemes. So behind, he was rebelling and building systems to unite the world into godliness under one language, under one system, and ultimately a counterfeit kingdom that will corrupt and delay the messianic line, but he failed. In Genesis chapter 11, verse 7, God disrupted the plans of the enemy. Come, let us go down and there confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. And by so doing, he scattered the people abroad, preserving the diversity of nations and protecting the purity of the messianic seed. Glory be to God. Another scheme of the devil was through the Nephilims. The Nephilim comes from the word Nephal, which means to fall or to lie. So they were the fallen angels, and demons took human forms. So in that case, both good angels and bad angels can pick the form of man flesh. They went into the daughters of men, taking wives of any of their choice, bearing children with them. So the children they give birth to, they are half humans and they are half demons. We call them demon braids, and that's the mutilation of all description. So before the flood, there was that Nephilims, and after the flood, there were those fallen angels that still took wives. So we call those one the Anakims. In Genesis chapter 6, verse 4, spelled out the before Nephilims and then the after the flood Nephilims. In the verse 4, there were Nephilim, men of stature, notorious men on the earth in those days, talking about the days of the floods, and also after, when the sons of men lived with the daughters of men and they gave birth to their children. These were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown, so many abilities. With the understanding of the fallen angels before and after the flood, it makes us understand the intention of the devil is to corrupt humanity so that there will be no pure breed of human, but they will be half human and half demons. So scripture says that Noah was a just man, perfect in his generation. The word used perfect is tamim. The word in Hebrew for perfect is tamim. It's the same word used in Exodus chapter 12, verse 5. That says, your lamb shall be without blemish, tamim, a male of the first year, and you shall take it from the sheep or from the goat. So here the priest inspects the lamb or the sheep and ensures that there is no blemish, there is no deficiency in the animal, physically perfect. That is so. When you look at Noah, his wife, and his three sons and their wives, they were the only human stock left on earth without the intermingling with a demonized breed. So the reason why the flood had to happen at all costs was that human race was being wiped away, except these eight. So God had to destroy the whole earth so that He would preserve the human race. So we could have Jesus come from a pure breed. Also, during the Babylonian captivity, he incited Haman to exterminate all the Jewish people in one day, but he failed again. And Haman was hanged in the same rope and the same gallows he has plotted for the Jewish people. And even during the time of Jesus' birth, he arranged for all the children 2 years and below to be slaughtered, just so that the born king, the seed of the woman, will be destroyed. But he failed again. In the midst of all these tactics the devil was playing and failing, makes us understand that the devil is not all knowing. He doesn't know exactly what is to happen to your life. He doesn't know when you are coming to walk in that glory that the Lord has set concerning your life and at what time. Just the same way he didn't know concerning Jesus. And scripture says that Jesus Christ was born as the prophecy said, and he redeemed the earth as prophecy said, and he redeemed humankind. So it is concerning your life. Every plan and plot of the enemy concerning you will fail. and the intentions of God will come to pass in your life. Continue believing the word of prophecy. And scripture tells us that God used the flood to kill everybody because the human race was not fully human except for these eight. That was the reason God healed and destroyed the whole earth with the flood. I believe you have been blessed with this episode. In our next episode, we shall be talking about a beautiful contest or phrase, come into the ark. I can't wait to see you in our next episode. God bless you. Peace, shalom, and life to your spirit, soul, and body. Bye bye.